Uploading. Toonami Black Hole Megamix 2K3 now.
The fate of the whole world is in my hands.
You foolish man. I am a Jito Ryo master. Allow me to reunite you with your ancestors.
So now, originally I wasn't even going to record anything tonight. In fact, I'm literally sitting here in my pajamas about to go to bed. It's like 10:30 at night. I have a quiz tomorrow morning in college, and I have like a massive presentation to give for a short film I was working on for my film class. But something came up that actually grabbed my interest pretty highly, and now I feel the need to talk about it since it has been something weighing on my mind for a while that I want to vocalize, but just never really found the time or reason to really do it. So I guess now the time is here. I might as well do it. Alright, so first of all, for anyone who doesn't know what this is, I actually do run my own podcast. I used to have a co-host, but unfortunately, kind of doing this solo from now on until I just find someone else to do it with, or it's just going to be me for a good while. And frankly, I do want to make this like more of like a weekly podcast and seeing how I can play it out. That's first property, goddamn. So anyway, yeah. So welcome to Otaku Underground, where I basically talk about anime, video games, or anything else in media I kind of feel like taking a quick jab at, or anything else I just feel like bringing up in passing, you know. So before I start talking, I got a couple updates to give. One is I've been experimenting with my Elgato, the capture card I just recently picked up. You might have seen me live streaming a few times with it. Excuse me. So I tried live streaming with it, and I was curious to see if it works with the PS2 as well as the PS3, and well, it does. Thank God for PS2 and PS3 having like the exact same wires going into them. Only difference is that PS3 takes HDMI. You know, then PS2 does output an HDMI if you have the right converters for it, which is pretty cool. Which gives me an idea that I could probably get it to work with my GameCube or Wii also, if I pick up the right adapters, which I might do. That could be very interesting. But other than that, I'm probably gonna get around to more recording this week, since I have a pretty solid idea of how to use my Elgato for like streaming, recording, and all that stuff. I've just been really busy with playing Dark Souls lately, so unfortunately I'm still not done with Uzumaki Chronicles 2. I still have the side missions doing that, but I'm going to live stream that at some point in near future also. So, now for the meat and potatoes of this, the reason why you guys are probably watching this, and why I'm sitting here at 10:36 at night, and I should probably be asleep right now, or at least getting to sleep. It has to do with the state of affairs of, not strictly Let's Plays, but like the gaming commentary medium as a whole. And what got me interested in this is Nintendo Capri-san. I've been a big fan of this guy for many years. Like, he was the first person I saw doing Let's Plays on YouTube, and as soon as I saw him doing it when I was like 13 years old, I actually moved to Arizona, had a stable internet connection, actually had a computer I can play on. How did I start? It started with me looking up the hardest bosses in video games, which led me to Peanut3423 channel, and I saw he put Contra 3's final boss at the very top of it. So I was like, alright, let's see what Contra 3's boss fight is like. So that led me over to Nintendo Capri-san's playthrough of Contra. I was like, holy shit, this is actually really cool. You can sit down, record while playing video games, and you get to have a good time while doing it. And my god, this guy was just full of like the coolest stories ever. He had passion, he had enthusiasm. Before I even knew what Let's Play was, I was already hooked. I loved this guy. He was like the coolest thing ever. I was just enraptured. And they did Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and I never played a Zelda game before that, or even really saw one. So when that happened, that was something special. I immediately fell in not only with him, no homo, but I also just fell in love with the idea in general. And ever since then, I wanted to be a Let's Player. And I saw other guys I really liked, like Chickafia 12, And then this guy named Faros TTTT, who didn't do Let's Plays, but he did do commentaries, like live commentaries with Soul Calibur. And my god, the passion in his voice was just like, oh man, he is what Maximilian is to everyone else. He was to me. He was just like this cool dude who just sat down when was literally gonna rock and roll on a fighting game. You know, as soon as he sits down, he's going to kick someone's ass. He's just gonna fuck someone up with like this really cool, hard-hitting commentary that he's just having fun with it, like legit fun. You're gonna hear me say that a lot this evening. Fun, yeah, it's gonna be very important. He was just ready to kick ass. So all of this leads up to me starting up my, well, not really starting up Let's Plays like on this channel, but on my old channel I tried one. I feel like a good time of it. It was shit, considering it's post commentary, but it was with Ratchet Deadlocked. And then I created this channel, Rising Jericho, which didn't start as an anime Let's Play channel. It started off as me wanting to play like heavy metal and rock and roll video games like Devil May Cry 3. And I was gonna play other stuff like Ratchet and Clank, cool stuff like Metal Gear, Metal Slug, shit where things blow up and things go boom and just have fun with it. Killer soundtracks. I was gonna play Blue Legend, but because of the copyright, I won't be able to do that, sadly. But yeah. And then because I had a bunch of Naruto games sitting around, the idea thought hit me. I should do Let's Plays of anime video games, since I got the idea from Clement J426, I think his name is. He's known for doing like every Mega Man and Sonic Let's Play known to man. And I kind of just took in his footsteps. I was like, okay, I'll just chronicle every single one of like the anime video games that have been like scattered to the wind. No one's heard a good chunk of them. I'm pretty sure no one's known a lot of the ones on my channel until I started playing them. But yeah, man. And then I just started tumbling from there. I know I just recently beat Devil May Cry 3, which, yeah, you know, no one really watched it, but that was just more for me. You know, sometimes you just gotta do stuff for yourself, have fun with it. You know, you can't really fault the person for doing that, you know. So, and this all comes all back around to me finding Nintendo Capri Sun's recent playthrough, although I did notice it beforehand, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. Him starting a 3-heart run-through of Ocarina of Time. I'm like, oh shit, the legend is back. He's ready to kick some ass. One of the games that got me started on wanting to do this. He's doing it again. And I sit down and watch him. I'm just like, he sounds like he's stoned, bored, dead, and tired all at the same time. Like, where's the energy, dude? Like, you just sound terrible. Oh my god, I feel like falling asleep myself watching this. And 27 minutes? Not happening, dude. And you have no idea how much it pains me to say that about my idol for YouTube, like my original idol, like the guy who got me into this. I'm just like, my god, dude, you were so good at one point. What happened? And ever since I was like, okay, there's no way it's just this. So I started going through his other videos, like Super Star Wars. I recently saw, yeah, his mic changed, but his voice just sucked also. So I was like, okay, maybe he has a cold. Checked his Phoenix Wright videos, same thing. I'm like, holy shit, what's going on, dude? What's up with the commentary? So he has me worried. Like, I hope if he's under the weather or something, he gets better, because he just sounds bad. I legitimately feel bad for the guy right now. So that started getting me thinking, like, well, Nintendo Capri Sun's like one of the founding factors of why Let's Plays are where they are right now, what they are doing, how they exist, why they're here. So I kind of just felt like I should just use that as a jumping on point for my entire tangent, since this is what I do. This is why 222 people follow my page, which I'm very honored for, by the way. You guys are awesome. So I just felt like I had to drop my few cents on it and go over a few things. Lay it all on the line, just be totally honest, and just throw it all in the wind. Just no holds barred. Just go ahead. Okay. So with me personally, I gotta start with me. Just like lay the groundwork out. You know how it goes. The self-introduction before everything else. You know. What I hope. The reason I Let's Play is because I find it very fun going back through all these old video games that no one's really played before, and give my like 2 cents on all of them. Since, you know, Tenkaichi 2, I've had years of practice with. Tenkaichi 3 is like a new one. Then the entire Clash of Ninja series, and coming up the Ultimate Ninja series. Like, all this, which also ties into one of my personal favorite shows, Naruto, and my personal favorite period, Dragon Ball Z. You know, it's just really cool, just like having all this and seeing all the translations and all the fan services did, like, before things were revealed and how they laid it out. That's really cool, and I like sharing this with people, like, and also sharing, like, things, like, people didn't know about. It's just like having, like, an actual buddy in the room and just showing him what's cool and what to do, you know. I legitimately do think of you guys as good friends of mine, and I treat my channel as such because of it. Now, am I saying I'm good? No. I will be the first one to say that some of my playthroughs are some of the biggest pieces of garbage ever. Well, not all of them. If I had to pick ones I would legitimately redo, it's Dragon Blade Chronicles and Clash of Ninja. Not because I think my commentary is bad, but because I fucked up post-production, the editing, and the audio was like really bad. But again, people make mistakes. You know, that's all feeds into it. Like, I'm learning things all the time when it comes to recording. You know, things I can and cannot do. Like, ever since I changed from my Dazzle, which broke on me, to my Elgato, I'm learning so much shit about it and what I can do to translate that into what I'm doing. Like, new editing techniques, new microphone things I can do. Like, when I should lean back from the mic, because I know I do just breathe into it sometimes by accident. That tastes good. Like, when I breathe into it by mistake sometimes, when I knock it. You know, you just learn these things as you go along. And it really does become, like, a personal experience mixed with an art form. And I guess just to be honest, I don't want to make money off my channel. I don't. Frankly, if I were to get money make money from, like, ads playing on my videos, I just feel bad. I don't want to do that. If anything, I'd want to be popular. Not so I myself am popular, but so I can promote other people, or like promote like games coming up in the future, and just like make friends in general. So I'd much rather be popular than like make money. You know, I would not consider making cheaply made Let's Plays something as making a lot of money from, like PewDiePie fucking does, making millions of years for literally garbage videos. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, that's just what I do. And I find it really relaxing too. That's just me, of course. And I like chronicling all the shit. So, now that my personal story's out of the way, let's just delve right into it and just dissect this stuff. So, first of all, what is a Let's Play? It's a term that was thrown around on like some message boards years ago, like on like 2006, 2007. Literally at like the ass crack of YouTube's lifespan, when shit's like the earth like blasted open, there was molten magma everywhere, and it just all slowly formed together and created YouTube. This is like YouTube literally founded this entire thing like 8 solid years ago, and ever since then, I would say Let's Play started really becoming popular in like 2008, 2009, roughly. So roughly when people like Chugga Conroy and NCS were really like pushing the boundaries on this stuff. I'm sure there's other people more popular than that back then, but those are generally like the big ones, like the big wigs I think of. And then YouTube was bought by Google, and then the entire formula was changed on its head. There's gonna be something else coming up later in this discussion, by the way, and that's gonna be pretty important. So ever since then, monetization became a thing with videos and other such things like sponsorships, and what once became a literal hobby for a lot of people, just something they do to fuck around on, just have fun, became this literal corporate conglomerate for people to actually make money off of and make a living off of it. Now, of course, my opinion on it differs greatly from others. I'm certain it's gonna be like a huge perspective thing. Like, if you're the one who makes money, you of course want people to support it. If you don't make money from it, then you think it's just like you shouldn't really bank on it. You know, it's like this whole perspective thing. But generally, I'll touch that later up. So now there's two more turning points. The first one is of course PewDiePie, and him taking what was an established formula and completely flipping it on its head. It just went. Everything changed when PewDiePie hit the scene. Not because he's a legitimately good Let's Player. I mean, come on. Let's be real here. There's other people out there who are far better content makers than PewDiePie, and they should have just as much recognition as him, if not more. Now, PewDiePie became famous thanks to, what was it, Game Theory? Yeah, Game Theory. For actually throwing it out there that became popular because he accidentally played the system of promotions because of what Google does, like via country to country. So he became ridiculously popular from it because he moved countries, so he was promoted in multiple regions, which good for him for getting that. I think that is literally like a lightning strike, just bam, right in the middle of nowhere. Just good for you, man. That's pretty cool. And then the most recent one is a shift on how people make money. And this really, if nothing else, this really hurt people who make flash animations and really short animations on a scattered schedule. So when I say flash animators, I really mean people who make like 1 to 2 or 5 minute videos, like very scattered, like once every like few weeks or couple months, or if you're eager after, once every 10 years. Son of a bitch. But it became from a system that gives money based off of views to money that's based off of viewer time. And that doesn't sound like on paper, you would not expect something like that to completely change the system, which I can understand. But when you consider that the one that's going to be benefiting there is people who just sit down and watch entire playthroughs instead of people who hang on, how do I phrase this? View time. Well, of course, you have like a 2 to 5 minute flash video. That's like 2 to 5 minutes of view time you can get there. And of course, you only make money for like frequency of videos and how often you do them. That's generally how like the YouTube monetization process works. Meanwhile, if you make something like half-assed, like a fucking gameplay video, and you put that out, that's gonna get you a lot more because you can put it on like a daily basis, and it's substantially more length than a flash animation. That's huge. That actually completely changes the paradigm. Now we have people like Rice Pirates feeling the effects, Veselicos feeling the effects, Rubber Ross made a video explaining it. There's a lot. I think Oni said he was feeling the effects too, and he's like probably the biggest animator on YouTube, in my opinion, or at least he's the best. I would also say that. Good thing Egoraptor established Game Grumps, otherwise he'd probably be shit out of luck too. Ha! But anyway, so that happened, and now we have flash animators who were once just content with just sitting, just dedicating their entire time to making flash animations, to all of a sudden being like, oh shit, I can barely support myself with the amount of effort I make. Shit. Wait, there's also Sexual Lobster also felt the effects of that. Poor guy. He's Australian. He needs all the money he can get. God bless his terrible internet speed. Anyway, so because these guys who were once totally able to sustain themselves just from YouTube monetization now back up on like Patreon or donations or making a gameplay channel themselves, like Veselikov has done or Oni's done. But then again, I don't think Oni really needs it, but he just does it for fun. So again, this entire thing, YouTube has changed itself from once being something where views were the only thing that mattered to being also about view length. Like literally, if I go into like statistics on my channel, one of the top results is what was it? Viewership watching, like how long they stick around and watch a video, which I don't give a shit about that. Why would I care? So all this is going on, and now this is going to start feeding into what I think is going to ultimately kill Let's Plays, but also change it into something a lot different. So ever since PewDiePie hit, God forbid when PewDiePie hit, I don't have a problem with him so much as as a problem with what he did. What he is just like a semi-mediocre commentator who just screams his head off at horror games. But he's not the most offensive YouTuber out there, far from it. I mean, if he was like one of the worst, people wouldn't even bother subscribing to him. But because of the way the system was structured, he managed to literally a stroke of luck, striking gold, hit strike of lightning, whatever you want to say. He suddenly rocketed himself up to like the top ranks. What this did was it inspired many people, to start resorting to scare cams, start resorting to horror games, stuff where they don't have to try reactionary stuff. It's just what was once like you need to sit down and have fun with something became something where you have to be funny by not being funny. And again, Let's Playing is a very transformative art. It's what I interpret as funny. You guys will interpret it as something different, like not funny or offensive. And what stuff I find hilarious is something a lot of people find very offensive. That's actually the story of my life personally. But because of that, we have a lot of people that model themselves or the entire gameplay or the entire structure off of PewDiePie, and that's what was once a Let's Play, which was something you sit down, you spend like 10 to 15 minutes like doing commentary for a video of gaming, has become something where you heavily edit the shit out of it. You just sit down, talk out of your ass, and then you're done. What was once like an established formula has vastly turned on its ear, and it'll never be the same again, honestly. I mean, the probably most embarrassing things I can think of is people who do it just to either like showcase the game or just do it to cash in. That's the word that's gonna kill Let's Plays or just YouTube in general. Cash in. It's a very, very bad thing you can say about something. I think the most embarrassing, legitimately embarrassing example I can think of is IGN and boasting Let's Play, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers 2. They actually did this legitimately recently. For like, they sit down and play for like 5 or 7 minutes, fucking around, and then they're done. I'm just like, that's not a Let's Play. You just sat down, dicked around, died a couple of times, and then you're like, comment, rate, subscribe for IGN. By the way, fuck anyone who does that for a channel, seriously. So now, man, big companies are trying to cash in on it. Animators are trying to get in on it so they can make money. Big corporations are seeing the value in it. And this has actually also reached out to fucking console generations also. So now, like, with like the PS4 and Xbox One, you can record gameplay and commentary up to like 20 minutes, I think, and then post it to like YouTube or Twitch. And my god, that's also terrible. That's cool for the people who can individually do it. It's bad because that's also going to change something very, very drastic. So now all this stuff is going on. We have literally floods of like, let's play Minecraft, let's play Five Nights at Freddy's, which is not a bad game. It's actually legitimate scary. It's just the fucking community that has swamped it. Ugh. We have stuff that is labeled Let's Play, but is not a Let's Play. It's just sticking around. And we have everyone else. everyone else who wants to get on it. So we have all of this congestion of fucking videos just flooding everywhere, from what a Let's Play should be to like what would it be in like the old sense, to a scare cam, to a heavily chopped up edited piece of shit that's not even gameplay more so much as it is graphics and editing. It's just all congested YouTube, and I think this is what's going to ultimately screwbone it entirely. I think YouTube has become far too oversaturated with Let's Plays. And let me give you an example. Say I were to if I were to just create an entire new channel from scratch and do like the most generic, do a really good Let's Play of the most overdone game possible, like Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario 64. And say I had really killer commentary, like I knew tricks, I knew secrets, I knew how to break the system, I had fun, I had buddies over that were like drunk off our shit, and we were making like the best jokes in history, and I post that. No one's going to know it exists. And that's one of the first downfalls of what it's going to be, or of what's killed Let's Plays. For anyone who wants to get in and become popular, no one's going to even know you fucking exist. That's really bad. This is a very difficult industry to get into. Actually, probably one of the hardest ones, because there's so much congealing and just random bullshit of other players who get in and try to cash in and try to like leave the mark. But how are you going to distinguish yourself amongst 10,000 other playthroughs of the same game? Not even 10,000. I think Super Mario Bros. Might actually have a higher amount. And considering YouTube, its top subscribed person is a gamer, a lot of the other people are going to follow suit. Like, I think the best example, best piece of evidence I could give for that is Smosh actually becoming or making their own gameplay channel. Oh man, that's just gotta be like the ultimate kick in the balls right there, right? The fact that what was once probably the most subscribed channel on YouTube getting toppled by a gaming channel, like, oh shit, we gotta make a gameplay channel now. That's a huge kick in the balls. I thoroughly enjoy that. Okay. So, alright, so that's that. And we also have, oh man, this massive congestion of stuff that's going on, and it makes it impossible for anyone else to really get in on it. That's bad. And I can only think that it's eventually going to come to a head where people will leave. Like, legitimately leave. They get fed up, they get bored, they leave and do other things. And the backed up cesspool of fucking gameplay just leaves, and it's just all gonna, like, just go away. Like, either someone starts a new video server like from scratch and it gets really good, or YouTubers just leave and all this froth is just left everywhere and no one knows what the hell to do with it. I imagine it's gonna happen sometime soon. Although I'll admit, this was a huge fear for me too, like, oh man, no one's not gonna know any shit I do. Until recently I figured out, let's play Naruto Clash of Ninja, Uzumaki Chronicles, and Dragon Blade Chronicles. I'm the top result for all of them. So I'm like, well, shit. So, if anyone were ever to ask me, which someone has, Knights Demonic something, who is a pretty good guy. I think he has potential to be pretty good if he were to stick to his guns. Basically, if for someone to ask me for advice on Let's Playing right now, like they want to get in, and again, I'm not saying I'm the guy you should ask, but I will say that someone who has like my subscriber count is probably just as good as someone who has like 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers or any other combination of those. Subscribers really ultimately in the end doesn't mean anything. That just shows how advertised you are and how many people know you. Like, I would say there are people probably with like 100 subscribers who are a lot better than me. I'm probably better than people with 10,000 subscribers, which I don't know what to say, but yeah, it's mild. There might be some truth behind that. Anyway, the first thing I could tell you is don't let what I just say get to you. If you want to try it, go for it, but just don't expect to get popular fast. Like me, like it took like a year to even hit 100 subscribers. And don't let the notion of getting popular even get to you. Just do it as a hobby. Just have fun with it. Like, I always tell myself, if you're doing it solely for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. That's one of the reasons why I wouldn't feel comfortable with monetizing my channel. If I were to monetize anything, it'd be something that has a lot more effort put behind it. Like really good combo videos, or like reviews, or like countdowns, or anything that requires actual fucking effort instead of my just random bullshit. So stick to your guns, don't let the numbers get to you, and just have fun. That's really it. But on the same note, don't expect to have fun and expect to get popular. That's really not how it's gonna happen. Whore yourself out. That's that's a bad thing to say. I'm sorry, but it really is true. If you're gonna do anything on YouTube, you have to stick up in the crowd. You gotta whore yourself out to like other websites, like advertise the shit out of yourself on like Tumblr or Facebook, which is something I actually do quite a bit, but that's just me. Shh, don't tell anyone I said that. Hang on, I need to get some more. Tap water, good stuff. I'm probably one of the only guys in the world who has the balls to just drink straight up tap water. So don't feel bad about advertising yourself on auxiliary websites. That's why I do on a regular basis, and it does work pretty well. And as long as you do have fun with it, you're gonna do well eventually. Like for me, no one watches my videos like as soon as they come out. People watch all my crap like retrospectively, like through search engines on YouTube. But again, and don't tether yourself to like one playthrough either. Like do a couple of games. Like say you do a let's play like Super Mario Brothers. Well, that's cool, but again, that's like one of the popular games in history. So try branching out from there a little bit. Try doing like Metroid. Try doing something like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, stuff that do something popular and do something exotic that not a lot of people know about. Like for me, a lot of the stuff I do in like the Naruto and Dragon Ball Z franchise is a mixed bag. Some of it's really popular, like Clash of Ninja, and some of it's really obscure, like Dragon Blade Chronicles, or on a DBZ front, like Tenkaichi 3 was popular, and no one really knows about. Actually, I think pretty much everyone knows about the Let's Plays of Dragon Ball Z I've done so far. Well, what are they included so far? Hang on, Tenkaichi 3, Tenkaichi 2, Legacy Goku 1, Legacy Goku 2, maybe Legacy Goku 1, but that was a pretty big seller, so I don't know. That's ignore me. Hang on. All right. So, yeah, basically, ultimately, I think Let's Plays have drastically changed, and if there were to be a renaissance of what it once was, just a dude sitting down for like 10 to 15 minutes, having legit fun with the playthrough, and just enjoying it, I think that would come much farther down the line when people realize that everyone's scare cams and 5 to 7 impersonation of a Let's Play video, those go away, and all the other like pseudo commentary channels, they go away again. But since the videos are only like swarming in and not really defining themselves, that's also a problem. So again, just do something to like set yourself apart if you're gonna do it. So I just had a point I was gonna make, and I'm already blanking on it. What the hell? Don't expect me to have written any of this stuff out. I'm kind of just freeballing it right now. So I guess I could just jump to the point I was going to get to. So me personally, there are a lot of people I take inspiration from, commentary wise, gameplay wise, just personality wise too. It's just like a small list of people I personally enjoy, find them to be really good, and so on. My definition of good, by the way, is very subjective. What I look for in a Let's Player is A, they don't sound like they're like, which is what I sound like at one point in time, and I do sound like if I don't have enough sleep. They don't whore themselves out, they don't bitch all the time, and they're not one-trick pony. To a great less degree, yeah. There's also like certain other like fundamental qualities I would say is good to look for if you're to try to do this. Alright, so let's consist of, first of all, Nintendo Capri-san. Before his recent videos, I actually just got comments on what I posted. Just give us some time. He has done LP like this for a while. That's not true. He's been putting a lot of stuff lately, and it didn't sound good either. Maybe I'll get better. I don't know. But Nintendo Capri-san in the old days, when he's doing a game he enjoys, he has fucking fun with it. Oh my god, you can just feel the energy and excitement from what he's doing, and it just sounds really good. My god, I don't think I really need to rant rave about Nintendo Capri-san too much. I'm certain a lot of you probably know about him already, but if you don't, give him a look. He is, my god, he is like Mr. Charisma when it comes to Let's Plays. I just enjoy that guy so much. Alright, the next guy I do enjoy is Shigafiti12. He was also one of the first Let's Players I discovered on YouTube. And I enjoy his energy when he's like playing with bros. But I don't personally enjoy his solo Pokemon playthroughs too much. I think they're just really dry and he tries to impersonate everyone. I'm just like, dude, just like, when you're playing with some buddies, that's when it gets really good. But that's just me. Other than that, really solid guy. I think he's generally enjoyable, and he does show some enjoyment and stuff he does. 8.5 out of 10. Good stuff. Next guy is Dark Kafka. When he is not good drooling over a woman. Oh my god. Dude, please. Stop communicating with your dick most of the time. I get it. Final Fantasy chicks are hot. We get it. You don't need to make it the crux of everything you do in life. Please. Alright. Actually, I don't think he's done anything in a while now. Huh, strange. Very sure he's on his like 5th playthrough of Final Fantasy X by now, though. Alright, this one is very controversial, but again, I said it before, subscriber count ultimately does not matter. Although I say that despite PewDiePie being mentioned here. But again, I say he changed the paradigm. I don't hate him because he's popular. I hate him because he changed everything. Markiplier. I personally enjoy Markiplier. I think he does try a little too hard sometimes. I will admit that. Sometimes it seems like he really is just doing a jump scare video because he just like screams his head off for no apparent reason. But I think that's what is the older stuff. His newer stuff, he does sit down, have some legit fun with the video game, and yeah, and whenever he jumps, he like screams his head off a game. It's usually justified. Like some stuff, if he jumps, I probably jump, and I'm really hard to scare with video games. Also, and scare in general. I watch a lot of horror movies, like I say. But yeah, he's actually a really good inspiration for me. But anyway, Big Jump on a Bus. Oh man, when he's not playing video games with his wife, I thoroughly enjoy him, and that's another thing I personally, that's a rule I have with Let's Players if they're gonna be entertaining. Don't bring in people no one gives a shit about. That's really important. If you have a friend with you, that's cool. But if they either A, start derailing you, B, add nothing to the conversation, or C, any of the above, you might want to consider giving them the axe. Or if they're just like this person that's like, just has no personality, that's usually where it starts going south. I, of course, am looking at Red Super for this because their old riffs were cool, but when they started bringing in like some British dudes no one cares about, some other guys that are just like, yeah, why the fuck do you even bother, guys? Come on. It's sad when the people that they're riffing on, they are becoming. That's sad. Anyway. Yeah, basically, Big Up on a Bus. He is dry as hell, but when he's having fun, he can be legitimately entertaining sometimes, even despite having like this solid monotone voice. He's like the master of like monotone dry humor. I really like that in him. He's pretty cool when he does that. Alright. Lyle McDouchebag. I have to mention him, not because he's not a Let's Player, he's a live streamer. And again, I think Let's Plays and live streams have kind of become one the same. Like, anyone who does shit on Twitch is probably going to post it to their YouTube channel at some point in time. And Lyle McDouchebag, he is so fucking funny. Oh my god. I just mentioned the rule. Don't bring on people that no one gives a shit about. The people he brings on, they're pretty fucking funny also. So, yeah, if not, he tears him a new asshole. My god. The McDouchebag in his name is what sets him apart. And I think... goddamn, boss, stop burping so much. I think that's what really makes him special. That's just me, personally. He is offensive, and I think that's something you need. If you're... or you can do. Being offensive on YouTube doesn't have nearly the weight as it once did. You can be offensive and get away with it, and also make a lot of money by doing it. No one really gives a shit about being offensive anymore, really, except like those fucking social justice warriors that are just like, oh, he dropped the N-word. Ah. By the way, personal thing. I'll call people faggots. I'll call people cunts, but I won't use the N-word. That's just personal rule of mine. That I won't use it on my channel. That's just personal rule. Unless it's funny, in which case I might do it. Anyway, Game Grumps. Massive asterisk after that. Game Grumps only for 2 people. Danny and Barry. Those are the only 2 people on Game Grumps I give a shit about. Aaron stopped being interesting a long time ago. Ross was never entertaining to begin with. Danny and his fucking personality is what keeps me around for Game Grumps. He is so goddamn funny. It's awesome. Danny is like the one man I would turn gay for. I mean, dead serious. He is hilarious. He is entertaining. He has some bitchin' stories. And goddamn, I just love the guy so much. Barry is also pretty cool. Like, he's not someone like Ross or Aaron or JonTron. He's just a normal dude who's just like doesn't have that much personality. I like that in him. It makes him more charming, and it makes him really cool in the process. I just enjoy him for that. So yeah, fucking, and it's funny. Rob and I were having a discussion earlier, or we were talking about it, and we were like, how long do you think it's gonna take for Danny to realize that people only watch Game Grumps for him, and he starts his own channel, and Aaron's totally left high and dry? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. Alright, next up is Lithero, who doesn't even do Let's Plays. He just does commentary videos for fighting games, any Twitch plays. But the more I think about it, the more I don't like Maximilian's videos. I refer to Maximilian Dude, who is like probably the most popular fighting game channel on YouTube, and I just can't stand the guy anymore. Lithero, though, he can be funny when he wants to be, and he's one of those genuine guys, the like kind of gamer you would just sit down next to in real life. It wouldn't scream his head off. It wouldn't just be sitting there like just spacing out into nothingness. He's just a guy who just seems like he'd like actually have a bit of fun with the stuff. I like that in him. He's genuine. He's cool, and that's what adds to his personality or his charm. I like that. And finally, Oni and his gameplay channel. It says something when Oni and G is hilarious, and not both just his animations, but also his regular gameplay. Like how he acts in those animations is kind of how he is in real life. Also, I am very impressed by that. Kudos to him. Also, his fucking Dark Souls playthrough, I love it. That's just me though. He's not trying either. He's just fucking around, and it shows that he also has a hell of a range with voices too. It's really something. Anyway, so that's it for the list of people I like. I like each one of them for various reasons. Between a lot of McDouchebag's offensiveness and like Lithero's genuineness, and Nintendo Capri Sun being like the cornerstone of all of them. Now it's for the Let's Players I don't necessarily dislike, but I think they steer Let's Playing down the wrong path, or like just steer YouTube down the wrong path, and are examples of what shouldn't be happening in Let's Plays, or just gameplay or commentary or gameplay in general. That's just me. Chugga Conroy, probably the most controversial pick I could put on there. I'd argue Chugga Conroy is where things started going wrong, because, okay, first of all, his playthroughs are okay. They're just okay. I mean, he does a lot of Pokemon shit. He does a lot of Nintendo shit. He has a whole, but where I first started to take problems with him is that most of his content is through editing. And if you're a good editor, good for you. That's cool. Like, Game Grumps, Barry is like my lord and savior of editing. I'm not joking, I consider him that. But Chugga Conroy just relies too much on graphics to make it interesting. And he was kind of scare camming before scare camming was popular. He just yelled and didn't ever shut the fuck up. I was like, dude, focus on gameplay, please. But he has, I just don't like his personality either. It's one of those ones where it's just like, you don't have to yell this much. Or, yeah. Who gets so invested into a Pokemon game, you literally yell every time a turn goes on, or you're waiting for something to happen? Who does that? Exactly. But again, that's just my personal pick. PewDiePie, not because of his personality, although he is kind of shit also, but because of the way he's changed the face of YouTube forever. Ah, man. Fucking PewDiePie. You know, I watched one of his recent stuff, though, isn't that bad. Like, it's not as cancer-inducingly awful as his, like, debut shit, where he could literally give you ruptured eardrums if you're using headphones. Literally. I'm pretty sure that would happen. But, goddamn. That guy. I can't, man. Best of luck to PewDiePie for actually dealing with the amount of potential death threats or DDoS attacks or any other sort of threats that people like on 4chan sent hits out for him. You gotta respect the guy for handling that at least, but still making millions of dollars a year. Come on, man, really. At least he found something worthwhile, although I'd be willing to bet that job's gonna run dry in a good couple of years. That's just a personal feeling, because you know the term easy come, easy go. He got hit by lightning, got all this attention, got all this glory. It's probably gonna fade just as fast. But that's just personal opinion stuff. Oh my god, this one. Maximilian dude and his channel Yo Video Games. Oh man, this is one I have to get off my chest. A very hairy, rugged chest. So, Maximilian, I think the things he's done for the fighting game community is definitely worthwhile. It's important. It's cool that he's like breathed so much life into it. Where once it was just like this niche group of nerds that just didn't really do anything else. I think that's really cool. What I don't think is cool is when you yell, "Let's go!" literally on every single thing you do in a fighting game. I'm sorry, but when you start doing that and you literally start becoming the equivalent of like a scare cam with playing a video game, no, I'm sorry again. And his playthrough, his gameplay channel, Yo Video Games, everything there is a live stream, and live streams bring a certain convenience to them, but also a massive risk. It's convenient because you can just sit down, shit something out, and then immediately have it on YouTube without any post-production necessary. It's bad because if your audio's fucked up or you fucked something up, then that's not going away ever. And most of his audios are pretty bad, especially if we're trying to hear someone talk in the background. Oh my god, you can barely hear like the dudes in there. It's so bad. But yeah, you should let that be an example of why editing is so important when doing a let's play. It's why too, because he himself is not a certified editor, but he is a good editor, but he doesn't work at all on audio. I'm like, dude, what the hell? It's funny because on his actual channel, his audio is pretty good. Just please, for the love of God, dude, stop yelling so much. Come on, you can have fun, you can be hype, but you can't make artificial hype. Don't artificially hype your game by yelling stuff that's just like, yeah, you're gonna win anyway, big whoop. This one, brain scratch. Like I said before, don't bring in people that no one gives a shit about. And after a while, these guys just stop being interesting in general. Just, I don't know, maybe it's just, this is just massive personal opinion, but eventually it just got eclipsed by good Let's Players and all that shebang, but come on, guys. I think where it started to go downhill with me for brain scratch is when they did Pokemon Fire Red, and they brought, my god, they brought on this girl who has like the most annoying shrill voice in history. She literally sounds like a 13-year-old girl was let loose on a gameplay channel. I'm just like, well, you lost me. I'm sorry. I tried giving him legit chances after that, but damage is done. And after that, no, oh my god, Nairman just doesn't, he's like dead. He's never even tried to sound actually remotely interested in anything. Who wasn't there? Ted sounds more condescending by the video. I don't know what happened to Lewis. Literally the only reason why Brain Scratch is rolling anymore is because of Johnny. God bless Johnny, him and putting up with them. Also, that brings up Super Game Bros. Also, I love Johnny, but only one either he's got, it's just him or one other person, not both. I don't like it when he's got multiple people on board. It just gets chaotic, and it's just not very good anymore. Also, Elliot. I don't like Elliot. He was fun for a while, but now he's just like, stop trying to make jokes. Come on. Anyway. Dexter Manning. My god. He was so funny once upon a time when he made like animations. He was on Saying Not Included. But then he started doing gameplay videos that were heavily edited, screaming his head off, and I was just like, dude, just stop. No one gives that. Oh my god. I hear he recently made like a new channel with like a bunch of other like British guys, but I'm just like, does anyone really care about you anymore? Yeah. Peanut Butter Gamer and Pro Jared, I'm gonna kind of stick into the same boat because their gameplay, Peanut Butter Gamer's stuff, his gameplay is highly edited unless he's doing something like live, and it's just like, again, it becomes more graphics than gameplay. Kind of takes you out of it, don't you think? Then Pro Jared recently, oh, man, I didn't want to say this because I legitimately respect the guy, but he recently started a gameplay channel, and I'm just sitting there watching him play Super Smash Bros. Melee and screaming his head off reactionary to a video game. I'm just like, oh my god, it happened again. And finally, Psycho, who is mostly known for like doing glitch videos or such stuff for like famous video games. His gameplay channel, I'm kind of more torn on. I almost didn't want to put this in there, but when you start doing things that, nah, I don't know. There's something about his gameplay channel that rubs me the wrong way. I can't really explain it. Like, it's probably something between playing games no one really likes, like something like with 6, but again, he was also doing that for a certain video, so that only became apparent after he released it. I was like, oh, that's why you're playing this. Okay, I understand. I don't know, it's just something about it just rubs you the wrong way. I can't explain it, but those are more or less like the examples I can give. Again, the last 20 minutes have been kind of just personal taste, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I feel Let's Plays have like vastly changed from what they once were in 2008 to 2009, where they were just, it was all hobby based, and then 2010, 2011 rolled around and it became business based. And when you start doing things for money, you became game grumps, where you don't even care anymore. You're just in it for the cashola, and it's just not even there anymore. And then, but you do have people out there who do legitimately want to make good content. Like, again, controversial, but I'd say Markiplier's heart is in the right place. But a lot of people don't see that because he plays a lot of horror games and because he has a lot of subscribers. You gotta guys, you gotta take a lens off when you're looking at someone critically, and just because they have like millions of subscribers, you gotta take the lens off and compare him to like a normal guy with like 10,000 subscribers. I just said someone with 10,000 subscribers is a normal guy. Interesting, but you gotta look at it critically sometimes. You can't just automatically judge someone as bad because they have a lot of subscribers. Some people do legitimately deserve that number. Like, that's actually a good point. I'm not really sure who I can side with that. Oops. Bob McDouchebag. He's a guy who's legitimately as funny, and he probably deserves his praise. Not necessarily for gameplay videos, but for more like a number of things, you know. But, my God. And then there's people with barely any subscribers that just probably shouldn't be up there anyway. But, again, you gotta roll it back to saying, what are you doing this for? You can do it to become popular, you can do it for fun, or you can do it for money. And unfortunately, in most people's cases, I find they're either doing it to become popular or do it for money. Or they're just trying to copy, like, what people that analyze on YouTube. And it's fine if you want to copy someone. That's totally fine. I mean, I did it myself for a while, but eventually I just hammered it out myself, and I was like, yeah, I can kind of take this out with the way I do things normally, so it's not that bad. Yeah, so that's basically all I got. I find that Let's Plays are gone and more replaced with just straight up game commentary, so yeah, the term Let's Play is kind of moot now. But if you, hang on a sec, I'm going to type in Let's Play right now on YouTube search engine. Top results, Minecraft, GTA 5, Cloudberry Kingdom. What the fuck's Cloudberry Kingdom? I never heard that one. Sims 4, 7 Ways to Die. What the fuck? 7 Ways to Die? That's like one of those zombie game no one cares about. Skyrim, GTA. It's fine. GTA 5 is on there twice. How about that? Yeah. I don't like it. Ah, jeez. But yeah, unfortunately, also Minecraft Let's Plays. You can't Let's Play Minecraft. The game has no beginning and no ending. It's just you're just doing commentary now for something just fucking around in. Like, really, that's not a Let's Play anymore. But again, transformative art. It could be multiple things, but I'm kind of just keeping it to what it originally started as, Let's Plays. So yeah. But I feel like the spirit can live on in other such things as just straight up game commentaries, and people not embarrassing themselves by asking to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Please, for all of God, people, don't do that. If people like something, they'll like and favorite on their own. You don't need to ask them to do that. I'm looking at who the fuck was it? King Nappy. Dude, seriously, for the love of God, you don't need to ask people to smash the hell like button and break 2,000 likes. That just gives you a bad image. Like, it really, I know you're forefront with it, but that supports you, but you're still asking people to do something that they would probably do normally. Just, come on, dude, roll back. Just roll it back. And then it kind of comes back to this argument of, if you're making money from YouTube, do you sacrifice asking people to do things so you can keep it fun, or do you just reinforce the notion that you're doing this for money and get an even bigger bad press? Ultimately, I don't think there's a right answer, because you're gonna have, if you're popular, you're gonna have a batch of people that hate you anyway. But if you start being a giant asshole, like fucking anyone, people I mentioned, then you're just creating a bigger bullseye in your back, really. Especially fucking PewDiePie. Oh my God. That's why I do respect Markiplier. He never really asks people to do stuff. Just like, he just points out that he has videos linked in annotations, and that's it. He never asks you to favorite. He never asks you to like stuff. He's just very forefront about his stuff, and I respect him for that. He doesn't hold your hand, point the gun at your head, and be like, you better like it there right now, you son of a bitch. Fuck people who do that. But what's right and what's wrong in that respect? Again, YouTube is a business, and consumer versus dealer. I feel like you can keep it a business and you can promote your channel, but you're just creating bad press with yourself if you ask people to do these things. Like, a business can ask you to buy their clothes, but it's not hammering. Like, you don't create big tags. Like, say you buy like a Nike shirt or some random t-shirt company, I'm not sure. You don't buy a shirt from them that has like a bunch of cool shit on the front, but then on the back it says be sure to remember to buy more of our product, and it just says that like whenever you go somewhere, just buy our product. You don't need to do that. If people like what they see, they'll do it anyway. You don't need to ask them to do shit. I'm sounding like a broken record here, but you guys should probably know what I mean by now. Just let people do what they want to do. Seriously. Anyway. Also, if you're gonna do a Let's Play, do a Let's Play. Don't make it like some random bullshit video about doing Minecraft, or fucking around on something that has no beginning or end, or make it a 5-7 minute video that you never make follow-ups on. God, fucking people who do that, come on. Alright, I think I've wasted enough time here. It's 11:30 right now. I gotta get up in the morning to showcase my movie and take a quiz I'm not at all prepared for. Mostly because I've been so busy this week with working on my movie. Thank you very much. But anyway, I'm not sure if I'll probably release my movie to stream on YouTube at some point. I'm just kind of a lot more wrapped up in this right now, personally. But anyway, so I guess I'll catch you guys in my next podcasts, which I got a few lined up right now. Like, I think next week I'm gonna do not a review, but a comprehensive look at Dragon Ball GT, because I've been saying on that for a while now too. And before I get to Naruto Ultimate Ninja, I still got a few other projects that are personal to take care of. So anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. If you guys have any ideas for things I should podcast about, feel free to mention them, and I might get to them. I don't know. Again, podcast. I'm not going to flood your inbox with these podcasts. Again, it's just like once a week thing. That's just like, if you want to sit down and watch it, go ahead. I might have more people on here eventually too. Maybe. Alright. Catch you guys later. Peace.